Hey there, it's Dean Mannix. We're up to the 8th and final must-have conversation today, so it's pretty exciting. Now, a quote that's been very powerful for me is from Bruce Lee. He said, "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." And the 8th and final must-have conversation is all about defining your most valuable and important activities. Once you know what those are, you must also find ways to hold yourself accountable for consistently prioritising and executing the right activities at the right times with the right people. Now, accountability and discipline are generally not fun, but that doesn't mean they're not important. You see, top performers don't have more hours in their days. Top performers face the same fears, challenges and problems that other poorer performing salespeople around them face as well. But more often than not, the only major difference is their ability to do what needs to be done on a consistent daily basis. So as a starting point, we need to identify what the highest value and most important activities are. Our 7 conversations so far should have highlighted most of these. So consider where you think your sales growth is going to come from, and based on that, write out what activities you think need to be done more of, what activities you need to do better, and what activities you may need to start doing. A simple example. So for me, to achieve my growth targets in 2019, I've identified the need to do more online sharing of these vlogs so I can expand my audience. I know I need to be better at converting interest in these vlogs into requests for speaking at conferences. And I also need to start doing more open webinars on sales skill topics to create interest in our Growth Academy online and the video skills programs that we offer. So what do you need to do more, better, and start doing? That's a great place to start. Once you've identified your options, you need to create time and space. That means you need to let go of activities and habits that are not supporting sales growth. So the fascinating thing for me in observing top performers globally in over 25 countries is that the top performers are more defined by what they won't and don't do rather than what they do. So what do you need to stop doing or do less of? Do you need to stop checking your email and social media every minute to create better mental health and focus? Do you need to stop reading the paper or listening to radio news in the morning? Do you need to stop offering discounts before they're even requested for by prospective customers? See, all of us have at least one thing we need to do less of or stop doing altogether. Now that you've identified what activities are going to make the biggest difference, we need to figure out how we're going to measure activity levels and impact of those activities. We need to make sure that we're getting the activity done each day, but we also need to make sure that we've got a plan for figuring out whether we've chosen the right activity to focus on and not just the stuff that we enjoy. So how are you going to measure whether you're actually getting things done? Now, when I wrote this, I was looking at a spreadsheet with the number of communications that I'd executed with prospects for our next conference. I was also looking at a whiteboard that was telling me how many tickets we'd sold to our kickoff event in February. And those 2 measures in front of my face motivated me to finish this vlog so that I could do a few more calls on the afternoon that I wrote it. You see, discipline is not a magic skill. It's just a conscious awareness of current activity and results that can be immediately compared to the activity and results that you're committed to as part of your sales growth plan. So once you've figured out your measurement strategies, make sure that you consider your environment and whether that's going to promote a disciplined and efficient approach to executing your plan. My screensaver has a picture of me in the snow because what I've done is attach achieving my sales growth targets to being able to spend 2 months in the snow with the woman I love, Teresa. And when I make outbound calls and I do social, I also clear off my desk and turn off my email so that my environment supports focused activity. I work off a list that's on paper because I personally find it easier to handwrite notes along the way as I'm making calls and update electronically later. So are there any changes in your environment that would enable you to be more efficient and effective in your prospecting activity? And finally, have a think about where you can get some coaching. Is there a third party that can hold you accountable? Is there a colleague or another friend that you have in sales that you really respect that you would commit to catching up with on a regular basis? Now, ideally, you'd get this sort of coaching from your sales manager or your boss, but that's not easy if you're a one-person business or maybe you're the boss with a sales target. So, and even if you do have a boss, I challenge you to share your plan with them and create specific moments each week to report in. Make sure the conversation goes beyond the pure sales results that you're achieving and focuses on the quantity and the quality of activity that you achieve each week and ideally each day. Now, as I said before, discipline, scoring yourself and accountability are not fun, but they do matter. And if we want to achieve a disciplined, effective and efficient approach to sales growth, we need to be measuring, monitoring and paying attention to our results on a daily basis. So the question to get this conversation going is, what are the 3 most valuable leading or lagging indicators of success, and how can I measure, monitor and hold myself accountable to these? Well, wow, that's the 8th must-have conversation. And the end of this 10-part series on planning for your sales kickoff and ensuring it includes the conversations that are going to make the biggest difference to sales growth in the coming year. I've really enjoyed putting all of this down on paper and in writing, and these videos happen pretty fast, so go back to the written versions. And I hope that I've inspired and empowered you to have your best sales year ever and a fantastic kickoff. Now remember, if you're doing a major kickoff, please speak to my team about having me along as a conference presenter. If you're an individual salesperson or maybe your team's too small to do a big kickoff, come to our kickoff event, which is on February the 12th, which will be pretty soon if you're watching this live. The details are all on deanmannix.com, and there's even a competition to win over $12,000 worth of sales training. So look, here's to a better sales life and a better kickoff for you and your people, and I wish you an amazing sales year. And remember, if you're doing a kickoff, the quality of the kickoff will be defined by the quality of the conversations. Dean Mannix, I hope to speak to you soon, and I hope to work with you in the coming year. Thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope you found it valuable and educational and useful for your role in sales. So if you did, please share it. Remember, sharing's free, and every other salesperson out there needs all the help they can get. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I've got lots and lots of content coming out and plenty of content inside the channel right now ready for you to digest. Enjoy, and remember, sales is meant to be fun. If it's not, you need to change the way that you're doing it.